Some big news today. Clash of Worlds sticking around. Area of Conquest being delayed a little bit. Social media post is live. I recommend everybody go read it for yourself and maybe read some of the comments. It's very interesting to see what people outside of the echo chambers on Discord really feel about Area of Conquest. But with all that being said, Area of Conquest is still coming back. Clash of Worlds isn't going to be the same as it always is, as you can read from the text here. But in this video, I want to talk about the 5 big things that you have to do in order to make Area of Conquest successful. The changes that have to be made, or AOC will fail, just like Clash of Worlds did.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
All right, so let's talk about Area of Conquest. One of the big reasons why Area of Conquest is replacing Clash of Worlds is 2 things. A survey was completed that has led them to believe that people like Area of Conquest. I don't know what survey it was. I don't remember ever being asked a question about Area of Conquest. I don't, but I am not representing every Hero Wars player, right? The other thing is Clash of Worlds participation outside of the top 100 guilds is very low. Let me say that again. The 5 attacks that every player gets for each Clash of Worlds round, fight, whatever, outside of the top 100, most players did not use all 5 of their attacks, according to their data. I don't have access to this data. Now you might say, Charlie, our guild is full of 30 active players. We hit every Clash of Worlds. We're doing great. And that's fantastic. That is a 30 player population. And this is the 2 reasons that they have suggested that one is replacing the other. Okay. They got a lot of great feedback that AOC was good, and Clash of Worlds has never been good. So first, I want to discuss why Clash of Worlds is not good. Why people don't like Clash of Worlds. The main reason, and this is something that I've stated as an opinion. This is my opinion. The main reason that I believe that people don't really like participating in Clash of Worlds is twofold. First of all, the cost. Second of all, the return on investment. Okay, so unless you're in one of the top guilds, unless you're in the top 50, top 100, maybe even the top 20, right? You're not getting that many Clash of Worlds trophies per week. You're just not. You're just not. And the rewards are mostly not great. You take a look at the leagues and you can see that you get, whatever you get. The seasonal victory, you get an extra 1,000 if you're in the top. I don't know what it is. I don't know if you're in the top, whatever range this is. This is the weekly that you get, or the every round, or whatever it is. All of that is great, but once you have the soul stones for the heroes here, and 20 for 5, you can buy them very quickly. The Gift of Dominion is really the only thing worth getting. You got all these frames, right? And we can't forget about totem fragments. You can't forget about totem leveling, but that's not here. And the average player doesn't know that you can level up Dark and Light Titan totems with Clash of Worlds trophies. They don't fully grasp that concept. And the reason why I know that is because most players are not in silver or gold leagues. And those players that are in silver and gold leagues, most of them are not participating in Clash of Worlds. Or maybe it's that they know and they just don't care, right? Now, the Clash of Worlds trophies are being converted to something that can be earned in Area of Conquest. I think the reward has to be better. I think the rewards have got to be better. I think they've got to be much better than what they are. I think the first thing that needs to be fixed, to fix either issue, Clash of Worlds or AOC, the rewards have to be better. I think at the base, you got to have incentive. You've got to have incentive for the player base. Otherwise, why bother? Right? Why bother? Second thing, the most common gripe is the time investment. Okay, this actually isn't the biggest problem, in my opinion. The time investment for AOC is a lot more. The time investment for Area of Conquest is considerably higher than 5 attacks across 3 days. Clash of Worlds is 5 attacks across 3 days. Area of Conquest is sometimes 10 to 15 attacks per day, on top of logging in to make sure that you haven't been sent back to your castle so you can move again. The time-consuming aspect is a problem, but it is not the biggest problem in my opinion, and they have stated that they are making this better. The developers are taking these concerns seriously. One of the key areas that will be adjusted is the time commitment required. Who knows what that's going to look like, but it's got to be fixed. No matter what, it's got to be fixed. Now, what's not listed here, which is actually the biggest problem in Area of Conquest that needs to be fixed, and it won't be fixed. And that is This right here. This is the biggest problem right here. This. Not this, but you guys know what I mean. The Area of Conquest ticket. The ability to purchase extra moves and health potions is a problem. Imagine, guys. I'm doing my Clash of Worlds hits. I target a location. I make this attack. And I don't kill the guy. You know what? That's okay. That's okay. I'm just going to spend a little bit of money, get another attack that doesn't count against my guild's total attacks for the day. Imagine if that were a thing. This is the biggest problem with AOC, in my opinion. The biggest problem with Area of Conquest is it is a pay-to-win game. Like, we can't forget that it is a pay-to-win game. But it's not exactly the same as getting an extra attack in Clash of Worlds or Guild War, but it feels similar. And I think that that's a problem. I think the fact that you can get outside of leveling up your heroes, I think it's a problem. Now, smaller issues arise with this Clash of Worlds transfer. One thing that they need to fix is they need to add Titans in there. Titans are coming. The Titan battles were a major part of Clash of Worlds. We plan to incorporate Titans into Area of Conquest in some form in future iterations. Getting rid of Clash of Worlds makes it so that you don't need 3 teams. Makes it so that you don't need 2 Titan teams. Too bad we invested a ton in all those things. The matchmaking is an issue. Getting your guild members' activity is definitely an issue. What other things need to be fixed for AOC to be successful? Let's assume that we get everything that we want. Let's assume that there's not scripts that exist that exposes the fog of war, because apparently those were fixed in the first round and they weren't available in the second round. Able to change team away from the castle. Okay. If you're losing Cow, Greg K, great point here. If you're losing Cow, you face an easy guild next time. In AOC, we just face the same powered guilds and again and again. So one of the things that I think that they need to fix is a leaderboard. As it currently stands, there is not a leaderboard in Area of Conquest. There's not, right? I think in my head, I imagine some situation where 4 guilds go against each other, and then depending on how well those 4 guilds do, the next round of Area of Conquest, some changes are made, and then the following round, some changes are made, and eventually there's some kind of tier system, some kind of matchmaking rating that gets applied that puts us into various leagues. We only fight teams in those leagues, so that hypothetically, best case scenario, the most active and most powerful guilds will end up facing each other towards the end of the season. That's my hope. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know how they're going to make that work. Pretty sure they'll add ranking like Cow. Yeah, I think they're going to add some kind. They have to, right? How to someone cheats. Supposedly, OBS, there is a mechanic that allows you to see the entire map, allowing you to look at people's defenses from the castle. Like, if you didn't have guild members in the area, you couldn't see what a settlement had as a defense. It was hidden from you. They called it like the fog of war, right? But supposedly there's a cheat that allows you to see those those players and see what defenses they have. So you can attack them specifically with a specific team. Jiv says, Phil Fenton, that won't work. This game is international, so which 12 hours will you have AOC active? Maybe you run it for 3 days, 12 hours each day for 1 war. I mean, Phil is potentially onto something, right? Maybe the way to fix the time is have it only available for certain times of the day. Right. And again, it is an international game, but we do have guild wars, and that's only during a certain time of the day. Alexander, people have been telling me that has been patched, and it didn't work in the latest iteration, but I don't know. Quarterly tournament. So a fix for Area of Conquest is to have it less often. Just overall have it less often. I think the current timeline is pretty good. Once a quarter or whatever. And for what it's worth, to Jiv's defense, Guild War doesn't use your entire guild. Okay, it only uses your champions. So in a guild, you put the champions that are available to play. I'm sorry, in a guild war. In Area of Conquest, everybody has to be playing, right? X moves a day. Cap the amount of moves that you're allowed to have per day. Cow uses all 30. Yeah, but it's 24 hours. Casual Credit Gaming. It's 24 hours. It's not a set 12-hour window like Guild Wars is. Server versus server would be better options than AOC, given that almost all time zones are represented on each server. Interesting. Okay.